Deck number 1 is based around Agatha of the Vile Cauldron, who's a red and a green for a 1/1. Activated abilities of creatures you control cost X less to activate, where X is Agatha of the Vile Cauldron's power. This effect can't reduce the mana cost below 1 mana. She's also got pay 4, a green and a red. Other creatures you control get +1/+1 and gain trample and haste until end of turn. So if you turn her into a 4/4 with buffs, her second ability will only cost a red and a green, and the same applies to any creatures we have with activated abilities. So remember what we said earlier, class? What's more fun than making a good thing great? Making something that's normally unplayable good. That's my sauce. So with this deck, I went Monstrosity. And if you don't recall that mechanic, I don't blame you. Deck number 2 is based around Imskir Iron Eater, which really wasn't as big of a hit as I thought this commander was going to be when it got released, but I think it's because we were on the wrong scent. These bloodhounds were sniffing up the wrong trail. But I've got good news. You know what Kanye said? You heard about the good news, and y'all sleeping on me, huh? Had a good snooze. So when Imskir first dropped, you read it, you go 6, a red, a black, 5/5, affinity for artifacts. When it enters the battlefield, you draw X cards and you lose X life, where X is half the number of artifacts you control rounded down. 3 and a red, sacrifice an artifact. Imskir deals damage equal to the sacrificed artifact's mana value to any target. So obviously you go, oh, you run a bunch of affinity for artifact cards so you can get them out quickly, and then fling them with Imskir for a lot more than you played them for. Isn't this an 8-drop 5/5 with affinity for artifacts that's in our command zone? Wouldn't it make more sense to fling you? Deck number 3 is built around Ulalek Fused Atrocity, which is 4 waste or Wooburg for a 2/5, devoid, which means it has no color. Whenever you cast an Eldrazi spell, you may pay 2 waste. If you do, copy all spells you control, then copy all other activated and triggered abilities you control. You may choose new targets for the copies. Now stick with me. This is not an Eldrazi deck at all. Now, I did a little research, and apparently you guys are calling this kind of deck a Changeling Tribal deck or a Shapeshifters deck. Kinda dumb. Kinda lame, if I'm being honest. My deck's called a Tribal deck. Yeah, that's right, Tribe All. And here's the rundown. We run 18 Changeling creatures. Now, Changelings are all creature types, which includes Eldrazi, okay? I really don't have to sit around and talk about these too much. Here's all of them on the screen. If you want to run them, you can check out the list. The important part here is nearly all of these cost 3 or less mana, so for 3 or less mana, we're going to be getting Ulalek triggers. Our final deck of the video is based around Brago King Eternal, who is 2, a white and a blue for a 2/4, flying. Whenever Brago King Eternal deals combat damage to a player, exile any number of target non-land permanents you control, then return those cards to the battlefield under their owner's control. This guy's a classic. He's a very powerful blink deck. A lot of people run this dude. But what I immediately thought? Sagas.